that we should be talking about, though, is breaking news. Apparently, the king of pop is alive and well in Florida. What?
Dude, we spoke about this earlier in the week at the Billboard Music Awards, where the king of pop was live on stage. Okay, no, it wasn't live.
No,
It wasn't live, it was a projected or holographic image, okay? So if you've missed it, before we carry on, we're gonna help you understand exactly what happened there, but here's a quick clip as to what went down.
Come on. So that was the 2014 Billboard Music Awards, where the hologram of Michael Jackson was seen performing Slave to the Rhythm. How do we explain this entire thing?
Dude, you know, I don't think you can explain it, I don't think I can explain it, but somebody that might help us is Mr. Andrew McNally, Creative Director at Luke and Visuals. He's joining us in studio. Dude, welcome, man.
Thanks, guys.
Were you just as moved by that performance as pretty much everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, it's a striking visual display. Really amazing. They got the movement down pat. It looks really, really great.
So how do you begin to explain that? Were we seeing Michael Jackson's image? Were we seeing a screen that was projected in a picture? What was that?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of contention in the media as to whether it was a holographic representation or whether it was a projection. And unfortunately, it was a projection, but done in a really, really clever way.
Yeah.
So what they did was they took a pane of glass and they projected his image onto it. Now, a pane of glass can both be transparent and reflective at the same time.
Yeah.
So the dancers around him were able to dance around him and interact around him without interfering with the image, because it was projected onto something that was transparent.
Wow.
So that's how the effect was achieved.
Yeah. And in terms of his actual image, I mean, how did they go about recreating that? Is it physically old pictures from him, his face, his body? How did they actually put the image together?
Well, I mean, pictures played a big role in forming the look, but he is a complete 3D replication. What they did was they used a motion capturing system that was popularized in Lord of the Rings. They used Andy Serkis in a motion capture rig to get the movements of Gollum. What they did was they then took that skeleton, they put a 3D model of Michael Jackson, and then they put his face on top of that. I mean, a younger portrayal of Michael Jackson, but one nonetheless, yeah.
But so, I mean, you watch him sing. He's singing words that, like, slave to the rhythm. That's a very intricate movement of the jaw. Is it all like super animated? How long does it take to do something like that?
Well, I believe that took 6 months in order to recreate this whole act, and I mean 6 months for 4 minutes of video. So it really gives you an idea of the time and the energy that they spent in creating really quality content. I mean, the projection mapping is one thing to get the image onto the stage, but the animation techniques and skill and the content created for it is, I think, what really blew people away.
Yeah. Now I want to ask you this, because here you can see this clearly. I mean, this image of Michael Jackson is literally interacting with the actual performers on stage. I mean, and if you say it's a projection onto a pane of glass, how did they manage to have the dancers in front, around, at the back of him all the time?
Well, as I say, like, that pane of glass is able to move across the screen, so he's able to be in front of the actors as well as behind them. Yeah, I mean, a similar thing was used for the Tupac performance, the Gorillas as well, and you can see Madonna dancing around the stage and interacting with them.
So interesting, not in fact an actual hologram.
Yeah,
like we would normally think about it.
They're calling it a holographic projection, which is a safe way of kind of meeting the two worlds of a hologram and a projection. Because if we look at the definition of what a hologram really is, it's a 3D image, and that image is created by high intensity beams of lasers interacting and creating a 3D image that you can walk around and see every aspect and every angle of. This was a performance on a stage meant to be viewed from one angle, so the viewing angle was very important. You could only view it from the front, where the audience was meant to be placed. That's why you don't see any cameras there looking from the sides or from the back or anything like that. So it's all a trick of the eye.
Wow, a trick of the eye indeed, and I think it's a wonder to think of the application of this kind of technology going forward into the future, what it could be used for. I could be talking to you, I don't know, are you real?
I don't know, but I would love to, in my personal opinion, I would love to see Michael Jackson, something like this, taking a world tour, even if it is a projection. But you know what, this whole talk just went straight over my head.
Is it? Well, tell us quickly, go on our Facebook page, Twitter, do you think it's cool or creepy? Michael Jackson, hologram, or actually any other iconic star seen in the film again. Creepy or cool? We're going to take a very quick ad break. We'll be right back.